So when Eric would speak to people, he had a way of doing it that people could hear him because of his experience as a musician, knowing how to communicate with celebrities, you know, knowing how to relate something to somebody who was in the hood. Eric could do that in his way with his communication skills that I couldn't do because it's not my story. You know, I'm over on a different path helping people that have been traumatized by someone who was an addiction. I'm talking to people that were victimized and traumatized because of their partners manipulating and controlling them because they were naive and they didn't see what the addicts and the alcoholics and the narcissists were doing in their life to them specifically, to abuse them. And what I'm getting at is, you know, Eric and I had two different perspectives, two different ways of going about things, two different lifestyles, and yet both of us are trying to reach, you know, people that are in sin, whatever form their sin takes. We're trying to reach people to, like, here, wake up. This was your sin. You were in the sin, or you are in the sin. Like, that's not working. So let's go this way so that you can get out of the sin, so that you can get right with God, and you can walk this way, and then you can be blessed. And, you know, not, let's stay in this addiction. Let's stay in, you know, deceiving people. Let me show you different ways of how you can, you know, hide your, you know, addiction from your loved ones. Let me show you how to do that. You know, like, no, that's what I'm trying to get. There's two different perspectives here. And because Eric was tainted and tormented by evil spirits because of the drugs, because of his involvement with that, and with the lust and the porn and other women and all that other stuff, his mind was not straight. So what he was talking to people wasn't necessarily helpful. And so, and other times he was right on. So that's where I'm saying, it's like, if you're not full in 100% with God and with Jesus, like, you're going to be up and down and up and down and up and down because you're using drugs, and then you're not using drugs, and then you're using drugs, and then you're not using drugs. And so you're going to have all kinds of torment and drama and spiritual warfare. Whereas if you just draw the line and you lay everything down 100% and you say, God, come in and transform me and take, thy will be done. Like, really, like, work in me what needs to be done. And you really give it up, and, you know, you're not going back to the old ways because you're in the Word. The living Word of God is healing you. You are being transformed by the Word, not by just the thought of it. And, oh yeah, I'm just going to sit here because I went to an NA meeting today and I'm going to read some NA literature and I'm fine. No. Like, if you're not in the Word of God, you're not truly being transformed. And that's the point I'm trying to make, that Eric was partially in the Word and then not in the Word. And that's where I'm saying, as a leader, he was not leading himself or me properly because he was stuck in the addiction. And that's where, you know, the conflict was coming. And I would then say, Eric, you're not in your right mind. Surrender, talk to God. And when you are back in the Word and you have something of value to share with me about how you're going to lead me in today, I'll listen. Otherwise, enough. You know, and that's where I had to set boundaries, because if I didn't, he was going to lead me into the pit. And that's why he called me Righteous Ann. He's like, there would be days when he was a total jerk. Oh my gosh, like, just total jerk. And he would come to me at the end of the day whether in person or by phone, and he would be like, I was a real rat today. And I'd be like, yep, you were. I agree. And he'd be like, you're so righteous, baby. I don't know how you do it. And I'd say, Eric, I don't do it. It's God doing it in me. It's not about me, Eric. It's about God. I'm not that talented. And he would be like, no, 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 baby. You just don't understand because you're not an addict. And I'd be like, Eric, when you surrender, like totally surrender, God steps in. I'm like, you're cheating. You're holding back something. You're not fully surrendering. So, anyway, sorry this video took this long because every time the phone beeped, it went off. So this is whatever version it is. And thank you for listening. And I hope you all can find some meaning out of this discussion about this song, Righteous War. Have a good day, everybody.